You know how as children we all had that one movie that we watched to go to sleep, or just watch back to back? Well, yours may have been Sleeping Beauty, or Lilo and Stitch. Well, as you can probably tell, mine's is Jurassic Park. Yes, a 2-year-old watching dinosaurs eat humans in unconventional ways. That's me. I don't know when the first time was that I started watching Jurassic Park, but I know I've been watching it since I could remember. And it honestly made me believe I was a dinosaur. I would actually go and steal eggs that my grandmother was cooking with and give them back to her eventually. But don't worry, I'm mentally sound. Now, for those of you who haven't seen it, a little bit about Jurassic Park. You start off on an island off the coast of Costa Rica that was bought by a very rich man. His name is John Hammond. He made this island as like a show business type of island, as you would see with circuses. But this circus was going to be about dinosaurs. And Mr. Hammond tells the scientists that they're going to have to start making dinosaur DNA because you can't perfectly replicate dinosaur DNA. So they do that, and they take some creative ideas to doing it, which will end up backfiring on them, but it allows them to make all the dinosaurs girls only. And that way they don't reproduce, and the park staff can maintain the dinosaurs and know how many they have. But the dinosaurs were made with West African bullfrog DNA. Now that allowed them to change their gender, which West African bullfrogs can do in a one-gender society. So the velociraptors end up doing this, and they reproduce and get out of their cages. Now from here on out, you can probably tell what happens. Everybody starts dying, dinosaurs start eating each other, and humans too, and a lot of cool stuff, such as a velociraptor opening a door, which people think that they can't do, but they probably can. So don't close the door on a velociraptor. Also, you have this really cool quote by Ian Malcolm in the movie, where he says life finds a way. And this is pretty true for a lot of real life scenarios. Life does find a way. Something a lot of people don't know about Jurassic Park is that it's based on a novel by Michael Crichton. And the movie and the book aren't all that different, but as with any other movie, it abandons some of the minor themes that the novel has. One of those themes are known as the Dragon's Curve, which you can see right here. The Dragon's Curve is the idea that chaos and order are the same thing. And what happens here that you can see from the first iteration to the second iteration is a flipping. And basically you take the first iteration, you flip it 90 degrees to the left, and then you get the second iteration. And the idea is that with every single iteration, you clone the first one before it, and you get something massively bigger that seems to be chaotic, but at the same time it's also orderly, and it's just you flipping the one before it. So why does Jurassic Park inspire me so much? Well, it asks a question, at least in the novel, that's very influential to science and technology, but not a lot of people abide by this. Your scientists were so preoccupied with whether or not they could, they didn't stop to think if they should. Hardly in life will you find people who really do ask themselves that question before they do anything, whether it's a small decision or a big decision that they make. And that's why Jurassic Park inspires me, because I use that question in almost everything that I do nowadays before I do something. I don't ask myself if I can do it, I ask myself if I should do it. And that's something that I think we can all take from Jurassic Park. So that way we can avoid an incident like this happening in real life. But we don't have the technology to do that, so whatever, bye.